Endorsements are almost always awkward. Some are more awkward than others, though.
When he says he went after his mother and wanted to hit her in the head with a hammer, that bothers me. He said in the book, and I haven't seen it, I know it's in the book, that he's got a pathological temper or temperament. That's a big problem, because you don't cure that. That's like, you know, I could say, they'd say you don't cure, as an example, child molester.
When Donald Trump and Dr. Ben Carson were both running for the Republican presidential nomination, Donald Trump likened Dr. Carson one time to a child molester. This is also the footage from when Donald Trump called Iowa voters stupid if they believed Ben Carson's story that he once hit someone in the belt buckle with a knife when he was a kid. That was technically before him calling Ben Carson a child molester, but it was same vintage from this year's campaign. And now, tomorrow morning, Dr. Ben Carson will endorse Donald Trump for president. Thank you, sir. May I have another? It's awkward. It's always a little awkward, right? But this year, it isn't just awkward among presidential candidates. This year, Republicans all over the place are finding out that they have a politically awkward political relationship now with this guy, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is dangerous for America.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? I would bring back a hell of a lot worse than...
But no matter what Donald Trump says, John McCain would support him for president.
Including Donald Trump, you would support him?
She said he's a pussy. I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you. Donald Trump.
That's an ad being run by Democrat Ann Kirkpatrick against John McCain in his Senate re-election bid this year in Arizona. There's a similar ad now that's just started running against Republican Senator Kelly Ayotte of New Hampshire as she fights against the odds to hold on to her U.S. Senate seat in that state.
Delay, delay, delay.
Donald Trump wants the Senate to delay filling the Supreme Court vacancy so he can choose the nominee next year. And Senator Kelly Ayotte is right there to help. Ayotte joined Trump and party bosses in refusing to consider any nominee, ignoring the Constitution. Newspapers call Ayotte's actions appalling, wrong, and disappointing.
Delay, delay, delay.
Kelly Ayotte, ignoring the Constitution, not doing her job. Senate Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Senator Kelly Ayotte hit not just for her association with Donald Trump, which every Republican in the country is going to have to figure out what to do with now, but specifically also now she's having to answer for what will now be described as the Donald Trump plan for the Supreme Court. The Republican plan to keep a seat on the Supreme Court vacant for more than a year rather than even consider President Obama's nominee to fill that position. It is a plan that is totally unprecedented in U.S. history. President Obama said today that he hopes cooler heads will prevail and that the Senate will act on his nominee when he submits one to the Senate. But Senate Republicans really aren't planning on doing that, no matter who the nominee is. And that is such a radical decision, it really is going to be hard to defend. At least that's the case now being made by the loudest and most influential voice in the Democratic Party who is not already either in the White House or running to get there this year.
Their response to one of the most solemn and consequential tasks that our government performs, the confirmation of a Supreme Court justice, will be to pretend that that nominee and President Obama himself simply do not exist. Cannot see them, cannot hear them. At the same time that they are blocking all possible Supreme Court nominees, Senate Republicans are in a panic because their party seems to be on the verge of nominating one of two extremists for president. Two candidates who think nothing about attacking the legitimacy of their political opponents and demeaning millions of Americans. Two candidates whose extremism, Republicans worry, will lead their party to defeat in November. Now, these are not separate issues. They are the same issue. If Republican senators want to stand up to extremists running for president, they can start right now by standing up to extremists in the Senate. They can start by doing what they were elected to do right here in the Senate. They can start by doing their jobs. Since the first day of the Obama presidency, Republican senators have bowed to extremists who reject his legitimacy and abuse the rules of the Senate in an all-out effort to cripple his administration and to paralyze the federal courts. no matter how much it damages the nation, no matter how much it undermines the courts, no matter whether it cripples the government or lays waste to our Constitution, Senate Republicans do pretty much everything they can to avoid acknowledging the legitimacy of our democratically elected president. For too long, the Republicans in the Senate have wanted to have it both ways. They want to feed the ugly lies and nullify the Obama presidency, while also claiming that they can govern responsibly. Well, that game is over. Candidates motivated by bigotry and resentment, candidates unable to govern, candidates reflecting the same extremism that has been nursed along for 7 years right here in the United States Senate, are on the verge of winning the Republican Party's nomination for president. And now, Republican senators must make a decision. Because here's the deal. Extremists may not like it, but Barack Obama won the presidency in 2008 by 9 million votes. He won re-election in 2012 by 5 million votes. There were no recounts and no hanging chads, no stuffing the ballot box or tampering with voting machines, no intervention by the United States Supreme Court. No. President Obama was elected the legitimate president 7 years ago, and he is the legitimate president right now. So if it is true that some Republican senators are finally ready to stand up to the extremism that denies the legitimacy of this president and of the Constitution, I say to you, do your job. Vote for a Supreme Court nominee. Do your job.
Do your job. Senator Elizabeth Warren joins us.